I'm gonna be launching an email campaign, which is gonna be sending out like around 30,000 emails a day. And I will easily generate us like 30, 40 appointments a week.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and the wisdom of how they sold their first million.
So I want to tech entrepreneur is being a tech entrepreneur is completely is it have some small difference about the traditional business, right? And the most important is when you exit, like for example, this software that you guys are launching is a very early stage. But what is exciting about this product is that this is a tech business, and tech business have the benefit that when you're gonna exit this business, is 10x, sometimes 20x
Yeah,
the profit. So tech businesses are very good for that. However, it requires a lot of marketing skills and sales in order to get that product market fit, to get that product in front of the right company. However, if you guys do this job, which I'm positive that you know how to do it, you can be sitting in a gold mine because the software is tech, and tech is it get evaluated by more than a traditional business, also in terms of rate finance and things like this. So tell us your journey, because I think that this path is amazing. What you're just doing is the most spectacular. A lot of tech entrepreneurs, uh, they come to see me and they tell me, Harry, what the advice do you have? And you find these first time founders that they are very product focused. They love the product and they don't have any idea about marketing and sales. So every time
yeah,
when you see a second time founder like you see a different thing. You see someone that knows how to do marketing and sales, and then can easily take a product, and if it's tech, even better to get a market fit. And this is a more for me more, I see, more sustainable path um, to have this situation. So I think that you're sitting in with the right skill at the right time with the right product. So what get you guys to decide to this idea, like you're gonna have this tech company parallel to your own marketing agency that you've been running now for several years now?
yes. So I would say starting a tech company is pretty simple. It's always a natural transition from running like a marketing agency because a marketing agency, we're just helping other people grow their businesses, which is cool. And we still do it. We do it pretty well in terms of like getting that process. However, it's never going to, I mean, technically speaking, there are billion-dollar marketing agencies, but I spent a lot of time researching those companies, and it usually takes like 60, 70 years or whatever to get there and to get to like the massive
Yeah, because the
valuations.
evaluation.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
you need many, many thousands of employees, etc. And for me, like the numbers and stuff like that, and despite that, like just say you manage to hit that, you get to $1 billion valuation. You look at the people running these companies, they have very small net worth, oftentimes, usually somewhere around like, I mean, when I say small net worth, I mean in comparison to
Yeah, with
how
the
large
tech
of a company they
entrepreneurs.
build.
The tech
Yeah,
entrepreneurs are the wealthiest of this planet. Nobody
yeah.
can get close to them. Even Mark Zuckerberg now become he was already wealthy, and now is even more lately. I heard. So you have Elon Musk, tech company.
Yeah,
We got
exactly. You look at the most
Tesla. Tesla
successful
is a car
people.
tech. So Elon Musk, tech company. Jeff Bezos, tech company. The Google guys, tech. Apple and whatever tech. So if you check out the landscape, you will find out that the wealthiest people in these planets are mainly tech entrepreneurs. So, but is
Yeah.
it really easy? I think that for you, this is an easy question because you have marketing and sales background and well founded.
Hmm.
So of course, for you, it's easy to get a tech company to the product market fit and to reach the first million. because you do have these skills. But the biggest challenge that we see in tech entrepreneurs out there is that they develop the product, but they do not have the marketing and sales and they to get the product market fit. Even worse, they don't have the idea what it's gonna take. They don't even aware of how much it's gonna cost. They don't even aware of the level of expertise that you need to have in order to make this work. So, what advice from marketing and sales point of view as a tech entrepreneur? Because from here, this podcast, 5 steps how to make the first million. 1 out of 5 people that show up to this podcast, they are tech multimillionaires. Yeah, and 1 out of 5 also they are property investors, by the way. But anyway, so tech entrepreneurs, 1 out of 5. Yeah. However, this is what we find out. What we find out is that most of the tech entrepreneurs that they are millionaires and have more than one exit or exits in this enterprise, when you notice their background, you find out they're not even software developers. They are sales and marketing background and very strong in this direction. But on top of that, when the software developer comes here and they are tech entrepreneurs, software developers, and they come to this podcast, they spend the whole time talking about sales and marketing. Because that's what got them to the pro market fit. So what message do you have for those tech entrepreneurs out there that they have a dream, they have a pro, they have an amazing software that they want to take out of, but they are not taking marketing and sales seriously. They are totally unaware that because they are first time founder, they're not like you are a second time founder. So even your first company was in marketing and sales. So even from your first company, you know how important it is to grow a business. This is what you do for your clients anyway. So what message do you have for the tech founders out there in terms of what it's gonna take, yeah, and how important is marketing and sales to get actually a product market fit?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a couple of misconceptions people have going into the whole tech space. One of the first things, and I hear this all the time from tech founders, and I hate when they say this, they always say, if I build it, they will come. Not necessarily. You have to figure out if
Never. I can get. I agree
Yeah,
with you.
exactly. Like people are not going to randomly just find your website. They think they could just build something really great, and all of a sudden people are just going to be signing up left and right. I'm like, that's
No.
not the way life works. And so I would first of all try to evaluate the market before even launching a product. So this is very good because you can take your actual knowledge. I would build out a wait list of people, of potential people who could be interested. So I would like post on Twitter, post on different social media, like for example, Facebook groups, figure out if there's even a market fit to begin with. From
Mhm.
there, what you can do is let's just say you get 50, 60 people on that wait list. You can take that, and let's just say you don't have the funds to initially be able to fund the software. You can take that wait list, go to an investor and for like pre-seed money and essentially say like, hey, I've got a wait list. This is the idea which I want to found.
Mhm.
These people will actually invest money. It might not be like a
Yeah.
crazy amount. It might be like 10, 20, 30,000, but it will be money to get you started, which is very key.
That will
And
give you
another
more
way,
money, Aidan. That will give you more money than the other way. Like if I build it, they will come. Well, if you build it, go to the investor with a good product with zero waiting list of zero everything, you will see what happens. You are nothing.
exactly. And that's like one of the reasons why software companies, a lot of them fail. And the second reason is even if you have a great idea, certain types of companies, for example, generative AI companies, they require constant reinvestment back into the company, over and over and over, because they have to outcompete their competitors. There's so many different factors there. And one of the other key factors is not getting investment soon enough, meaning that there's several stages of funding, right? So you want to get to your seed round, and then you want to get to your Series A, Series B, Series C, D. And the statistics show this. If you ever even get to the A or B stage, specifically to the B stage, where you've raised like tens of millions of dollars, it's much less likely. The probability of your company failing is extremely low. Most of the companies fail before they even get most of their like key funding, and it's because they wait too long. They don't take it seriously, but really at every single stage you should be looking at it like, okay, how do I raise money? How do I raise money? How do I raise money? Because that's the key to really succeeding within that particular space. So it's not just marketing, generate customers, but it's also you have to simultaneously also be be like generating investor appointments. And that can be done a number of different ways via like LinkedIn, email, even through people which be like, hey, I know an investor, like this guy could actually be like a good fit. So constantly networking is the other aspect. So it's definitely much more difficult than just like building out a software, even if there is demand. Some of those companies still fail because they don't get the investors soon enough and they just go out of business. Because this is the worst thing, which I've seen, is that sometimes software companies, they have such a really good idea, but the problem is they wait till the last minute and then they're nearly broke at that point and they're basically begging an investor to invest in their business. And the investor looks at them and they're like, I'm not investing in someone who's begging me. I want to see a company which is growing. So they turn around and go. However, if they reach out to the exact same investor, say 3 months ago when they had traction, they had, like press or like they done some sort of work in terms of like public relations, then that investor might have invested in their company, but they waited too long.
So Aidan, and then regarding your own tech company that you guys developing now, tell us a little bit more about that company. What problem do you solve of the marketplace, and what market size do you think for this software, and what is the potential in terms of projection? How much you projecting that that the software that the company can worth in the future?
Yeah, so I mean, I would say right now, like our average client deal is around 10,000 or so a month per
Wow.
client.
Wow, that's
Um,
amazing.
yeah.
That's the
So I
average
would say,
worth of the client. Very good. Wow.
yeah. So when it comes to like actually like actual valuations and stuff like that, what we're aiming for at least, I'd probably say is at least the $10 million valuation, I would say,
Mm,
at the very least before we would to ever even consider exiting the company or something like that. Because to even get to like $100,000 a month at the kind of trajectory which we're going and stuff like that, it's pretty easy. And in terms of SaaS valuations, even if it's just like 6x, that's a $6 million company. So we only need really like 20 or 30 clients to be able to hit that type of valuation. And it's not that insane considering we have a very solid lead process, which means that we're generating at the minimum like 30 appointments. We're going to be generating like essentially I'm going to be launching an email campaign, which is going to be sending out like around 30,000 emails a day. And that will easily generate us like 30, 40 appointments a week, which will be able to generate us at least a few clients, at the minimum, like 2 or 3 clients on a weekly basis. And that in turn will just increase over time.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.